Kevin, a 1-0 defeat at Scunthorpe United, playoff run, and just talk me through the emotions you're feeling right now.
Yeah, disappointed. Absolutely gutted for everyone connected with the football club because of the form we've shown. Get ourselves in the playoffs yet again, but not able to take it forward.
What was the difference between the two sides tonight?
A goal, moment. Roberts, a lot of money. He's a good player, and he scored this goal. We didn't take our chance, and when they got that one early on, it becomes difficult to. We played the game more suited to them, if that. And that's not a criticism. That's just the way it is. We couldn't get a rhythm, a flow to our game. Keenan's had a great chance, I think. If that goes in, then it's different. But there was no flow in the game, and we couldn't make one of our moments count. And we've got to learn to be a bit more streetwise if you want. But we don't play like that. We play to try and win all the time. But it's something we've got to learn, and that's part of the game.
Yeah, it was very much a game dominated by sort of high ball tactic from Scunthorpe United, wasn't it? So it wasn't.
No, type of football. It doesn't matter. It's winning football is the only thing that matters, and we've got to do better in terms of how the game was and find a way to win them games.
You touched on a couple of chances there for Keenan in the first half. Joe Gubbins, I thought, had a really close one as well in the second half. Yeah,
Keenan's one. I think he doesn't get a clean connection on it, and the keeper makes a save. I think Dallo's had a shot that's gone over. Gubbo's cross should just gamble, just keep going, head it into the net and follow it. He should take himself into the net with the ball. And they're the moments in these games that you need to take, and we haven't been able to do that.
Now, on commentary, we spent a fair bit of time, I think, talking about the officiating in that game. Is there anything you would like to say about that?
No, it's really difficult because I don't want it to come across as, say it's not the reason we lost. We've got to manage that better. He's come from EFL to manage the game. I don't know if he's done any homework on what it'd be like. But it was so stop-start. There's fouls that are given for things that we can't work out. There's fouls not given. And they probably played him better than we have, if we're being honest. It's something we've got to learn.
Yeah, and exasperated at the time. Then with Harry Taylor picking up a red card, just a rarity for him as well.
Yeah, it's just nothing that he shouldn't be. It's But I think you're asking me the question because I feel like everyone feels it and knows it. That you can see what's happened, and the frustration I think everyone felt. Our fans could see it as well. So, but nothing we can do on that.
Obviously, you brought players off as well, like Charlie Kendall. I think he had a late chance as well. Would you make of players coming off the bench?
Yeah, we had to, to throw bodies forward and take chances and leave gaps. But that's playoff football, and you were trying to score a goal. We had enough bodies in there. We just couldn't get the ball to drop at the right time, and the moment that we needed wasn't there.
And at the end, you had 936 travelling fans here, and there was a really poignant moment there at the end. While you came out the wrong side of it, you guys stayed out there. A lot of the fans stayed out there. What sort of emotions were you feeling when you saw that?
Yeah, just disappointed that we haven't, taken it further. But I think the connection between the fans and the players and the staff is there, and we're only going to get stronger as a football club. And we're disappointed, and we wish Scunthorpe the best of luck. But we got to lick our wounds and be ready to go again.
Yeah, like you say, it's not the end of the season for Southend. There is that FA Trophy final to come. You've got to have a couple of weeks until then, but I suppose it's still very raw right now. Yeah,
of course, and that won't be till we look back at stuff. But we go prepare for that and to try and win.
What would be your message to the fans after this game?
No, disappointed, of course, and sorry we couldn't take it further. And the lads give absolutely everything, but it wasn't to be tonight. But we keep going.